Hey everybody, welcome to the Huddle. We are in Fayetteville, Arkansas today, an Associates Week, which we've always referred to as Shareholders Week, but this morning we just had our associate meeting, which for me is one of the very best days of the year and one of the most fun meetings that we get to participate in all year. And this is just a really exciting, very packed, busy week. And what I get to do these weeks is introduce people that I've met somewhere around the country or in a meeting or at some point that are doing amazing things at Walmart. And I wanted to introduce you to Anjie. Angie's one of those people. And Anjie and I met in a manager academy maybe 2 months ago.
About that time.
Mm-hmm. She's sitting on the front row. And at the end of these sessions, after we get to talk a bit, asked her any questions in the room. And she didn't have necessarily an immediate question, but she told me the story about being an associate for 15 years, getting invited to this meeting.
Yes.
And you're on the way.
Yes.
And then something happened, you got promoted. And for whatever reason, that meant she wasn't eligible to go to the meeting, so you didn't get to come.
Correct.
So that's 15 years ago. And of course, then she says, but I'd really like to go. So here you are. And I'm really glad you got to come in.
I am so excited, like seriously. And it's just the timing was just perfect. You know, I mean, 30 years last year. Had a phenomenal year last year for the store and associates and everything. Came to one of the meetings, was on stage for, 30 years and everything. So it was awesome. And when I came to the academy,
Mm-hmm.
I had an overwhelming feeling of just, this is awesome. This is where I want to be. I made the right choice. And just being around the culture. Mm-hmm. The whole academy was about the culture and feeling I have never felt as close to Sam as I did throughout that whole entire time frame, and just getting to know just some of the backstories and just the feel, the environment. It's a beautiful, beautiful city that we were in, and it was just an awesome feeling. I'm like, I want to go to shareholders. I would love to go. And when you guys came in and said,
if you have a question, can I go to shareholders?
Right.
And if you hadn't asked,
right,
you probably wouldn't be here today.
So it was just awesome.
Yeah, that's great. And Bentonville, thank you for that. It is a beautiful community. We love it. We're proud of it. But where do you live?
I live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My store is in Watson, Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And I've been there all my life.
Store manager.
Store manager,
Store
yeah.
manager.
Manager. Oh, sometimes I've got to remind myself sometimes, because when you start from where I started from, I always feel part of my store, and whatever store I'm in, whatever the title is. It's not about titles. It's about what are you doing? What are you doing to better? And I just get a sense of enjoyment when I see my associates grow. When I see, since a kid, I always had this thing about I go talk to the associate or talk to the kid or wherever we are that no one else talks to. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like there's something that they're holding back, and something that can be powerful, instrumental to the success of what we're doing. And I've found so many great associates like that. So many. So you
clearly love people. I've been with you now 3 times, and I can tell it always comes through. Anjie loves people, and it seems like you have not only an ability, but you meet people where they are.
Yeah.
In other words, you find them, because sometimes people don't come forward, they don't say anything, but you meet people where you are. Talk about how that makes a difference in the store.
I have an associate, and she was in our Department 67 in Celebration area, and she was just working. I always see her just working, pass by. And I'm a speaker, so that's another story. So I was like, "Hi, how you doing? How's everything going?" I just stopped. I just saw her, and I got an overwhelming feeling that she needed some time.
Somebody check on her.
Yeah. So I said, "Hi, how's everything going?" She was like, "Everything is fine." And I said, "Well, I just want to let you know I appreciate you. I see everything you do. I'm hearing they calling for backup or calling for this person. They keep calling your name over and over and over again. And I'm going to check on you. Are you okay?" She said, "Yeah, I'm just trying to get everything right because I want to do." I said, "Calm down. It's okay. I just want to know, how are you doing?" And she started telling me the story about what was going on with her family and everything. And she started tearing up. She said, "No one's ever just stopped, and you always stop and ask me the question." And I got teary-eyed because I was just literally just hey, but I genuinely wanted to know. And we had a little moment, a little time, and I told her. She got emotional, and she was just so happy. And she brings it up every now and then, and it meant a lot to her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just something, I think we all should do that. It's not always about the merchandise, you know.
Sure.
It's about the people.
It's a story. You said something to me earlier. Everybody has a story.
Everybody has a story.
Yeah, and you sometimes you have to ask. But what you do, which I'm inspired by, is you listen to people and you hear the story.
Yeah,
Goes
you
a
hear
long
the story.
way.
I used to tell people that there's a story behind every smile and there's a story behind every frown. Don't make assumptions when you approach someone that they are unapproachable or they are mean or they are happy, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't know until you ask the question. And you see things change. Know your associates, their moves, their, you know, a good associate is not all the time on all the time, right?
Right.
Something can happen and you just interact.
Where did you learn all that?
My parents.
Your parents.
My parents have, I love them. They've been married for over 50 years. They started dating when they were like 16, 17 years old. I'm very fortunate to have both of them still in my life, and they mean the world to me. So anytime and Walmart really has afforded me the opportunity to do things for them that, you know, I took my parents to New York for their anniversary a couple years ago. My dad he was stoked. He was like, you don't have to do anything for me ever again. He got to ride the subway.
And I bet they're proud of you.
Yes, it was amazing.
So did you ever think you'd be doing what you are today?
No.
First job was?
My first job actually was, I think it was a tutoring job. Mm-hmm. And I was about 16 years old. And apparently I was pretty good at it because the lady kind of just gave me the keys and said, okay, make sure you lock up when the last kid leaves.
So she trusted you.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. So that was my first job. My second one was at Bill's Dollar Store.
Mm-hmm. First job in retail?
My first job at Bill's Dollar Store. And, you know, he wouldn't give me graduation day off. So that stuck with me. So for our store, when there's graduation, when people have to do something for their family, I had an associate, and he was like, well, my son is graduating tomorrow, but I'm working. I said, no, you're not working.
Yeah, you need to go home.
You need to go home. You can't take that back. You can't get that time back.
That's right.
You know, so those things. And then Walmart. I had no intention to be at Walmart for 30 years, but after I made a decision after the first 15, I've been all in.
So earlier, you had some advice for our entire team, and the entire team here was like 8,000 people, so it's a big audience to speak in front of. Just repeat what you said out there about. I'm not gonna say it. You say it.
You tell me what I said.
I remember about being the best, being in it, whatever you're gonna do. Be all in.
Yes, truly, be all in. Make a decision when you walk through those doors to be all in. Mm-hmm. Be all in for your customers. Be all in for your associates, and make sure that you're striving for that excellence that we all strive for.
Right.
You know, no one, I told this to some of my associates before, who wakes up wanting to fail? You know, wake up with your new day wanting to win. Mm-hmm. And do everything that you can do in your power to get to that point, to win.
Right.
You may not always get to the pinnacle of what your expectations or what the project is or that day or that moment, but keep striving for it. Mm-hmm. You know?
Try to be the best you can be.
Be the best you can be.
You said something earlier to the entire team about being in it. Our theme is to be in it to win it, and you basically the way I heard it was, whatever you do, just be the best you can be. It doesn't matter about title; it's about the difference you make.
Right. All right. So that's what you were getting at.
Yeah. So then we got this chance to be on stage, and I asked Anjie if you're thinking about the next 30 years, any advice on what you should do. So we had a good time from there.
Yes. The next 30 years, what should we do? So as I said, it was all about the people, all about the associates. I did just say that I'm a people person, and I started off as an hourly. And one of the things that I think that we're missing, I don't know if I should say this, but
you have got the microphone.
One of the things that I think will be really awesome, especially, in the midst of all these fabulous associates and all these hourly associates, is to bring bonuses.
We are going to start a new annual bonus program for the rest of our store associates.
So this year we're talking about ownership.
Right.
I know the store managers, we're looking more diligently into the P&Ls and we're going through those things, but it limits our conversation when we can't involve our associates in part of the reasoning why and get their ownership. So I think it's amazing.
So we made an announcement early in the year that we were going to change the program, the compensation package for our store managers, our coaches. A lot of retail people call those people assistant managers, and our team leads have a program. But our associates in store, what we've done in the last 5 years, we've raised wages about 30%.
Right.
We've continued to have a 401k with match, an associate stock program with match. We fund all of their education if they want to go to college with other certificates or college or better, Live Better You. We expanded healthcare coverage. So we're always thinking about what are the things we can do to help our associates have the tools they need, everything they need to win, and work as a team. And I remember when I was a new associate at Store 100 in Bentonville, Arkansas, the first year I got I think $100 check for a shrink bonus. And it was just something we worked on together. And if you're successful together, everyone participates in the upside. So that's what we announced today is for associates based on a combination of the years they've been with the company, years of experience, and the store's performance, they can now participate in a bonus program. And I agree with you. It gives you something to talk about where we can all work on something together.
Yes.
And if it goes well, then everyone can participate in the financial upside that was created by their performance. I'm really excited about it.
I'm so excited.
Proud of the associates. Proud of you, Angie. And I'm proud of you for not being shy and asking, can I come to shareholders? Because if you hadn't said it, I don't think we would be, we wouldn't be here today.
We wouldn't be here today. Right? This is just awesome.
So there's one other lesson if you take. If you don't ask, the answer's probably no. And if you ask and it's a no, that's okay.
It's okay.
You can always ask again. You did, and it worked.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on everything. 30-year associate, 15 years, you got your degree, decided you'd take a risk, bet on yourself, went in the management program, and run in a great store. And you're here today to tell all of our associates great news. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. I've had amazing time already.
Well, good. It's not over yet. A couple days left to go. So it's going to be a great week. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.